So then following, because I saw you on my Crunchyroll account going through all the episodes in time for the movie.
Oh yeah, I watched like the whole season in like 3 days.
And I was like, a PS4 is logged into your Crunchyroll. I was like, huh? I'm like, but wait a minute. I don't have two of them. Ooh. So Jujutsu Kaisen 0.
Yes.
Oh man.
That movie was fire.
Holy shit.
So
really good.
it's a prequel series.
Yeah, surprise Ghost. It was a prequel this entire time.
Bro, that was so crazy. At the end of the movie, I turned around, you guys were like, where's Itadori? At the end of the movie, you're like, he's not here
He's
yet.
not even present.
No. Doesn't even exist yet. Like, just...
No, so it's about this character named Yuta, who he has cursed energy, essentially, to a very high degree.
Well, he has a curse attached. He's cursed in a sense. Like, he has a curse attached to him.
Yes, but don't they also have like cursed energy? Isn't that the premise, that you could like see curses and manipulate the energy within yourself?
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I
technically
think
speaking.
they were trying to train him how to better use the curse that was attached to him. Or
Yeah,
how to
so
get
I
better
mean,
with it.
I mean, the initial prompt was that he had a cursed spirit.
yes. So Yuta was discovered by the Jujutsu Kaisen world, like
The higher
it's
ups.
just the higher ups, and he was placed on execution similar to Yuji, and Gojo, being Gojo, stepped in and said, hey, I'm gonna take this kid, and if you want to kill him, you have to fight me, and everyone's scared of him. So obviously it worked out. So he starts becoming part of the first what's the second years for the main series is the first years for this movie, because it takes place before the events of the season 1 of Jujutsu
So it's
Kaisen.
Maki, Panda, and oh god, why am I forgetting names today? The speech user.
And the mecha guy. The mecha dude.
No, the mecha dude's from another school.
I thought he was in the movie.
He's
He
in the
was,
movie,
but
but
he's from another school. He's
It was
not
the
from.
exchange event?
It was the ending event that they came. Yeah, remember the exchange? The exchange event.
Exchange event season
Yeah,
1.
he's from that school.
Yeah.
But I know you're talking about the guy who's like Salmon.
Yeah, I don't remember why. I can't remember his name.
Oh, wait, yeah.
But it's first off, I mean, because I'm always iffy on anime movies because I know you get
Toji or whatever the case may be.
Okay. I'm always iffy on anime movies because one, it's usually like it's not canon.
Most
First
of the
off,
time,
right? Or
although that's been changing, I feel, as of lately. But
yeah, but I mean, like you get a bigger budget, but like sometimes it's kind of just like you go through the storyline of like what?
yeah,
I mean, sometimes it's hype, and sometimes you're just like that contradicts the main story though.
yeah.
But this one, first of all, is canon, and 2 is fucking great.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, it's very sad.
It is sad. I didn't expect it to be as sad.
Yuta is a very tragic character.
Yeah.
Do you want to run through this, like his storyline? Do you want to go?
You want to go spoilers?
So this is spoilers.
Yep.
Be warned, right now. In 3, 2, 1. So Yuta was a kid who had this friend that he met in the hospital when he got injured at one point in time, or he was sick, and they became really close friends. There was this girl named Rika.
Yep.
And they spent all their time together, and eventually at some point she gave him a ring and said, when we grow up, let's get married. Oh, really sweet, and everything.
Yeah.
Next scene, she's run over by a car.
Yeah, just decked by
a car. Her head is smashed in. There's blood everywhere, and Yuta witnessed the death of Rika. So at the time, he was freaking out. Everybody was kind of freaking out, and then her body just starts moving, but not really. And he then since gets cursed with her spirit attached to him, and he has no control over it in particular. So
it's manifested as like the white monster you see on screen right now.
Yes.
It's like this horrible like 2 feet abomination thing.
Yeah. So like anytime that he's like in a situation where she doesn't like it or whatever the case may be, she'll murder whoever.
Yeah. So like the beginning scene, it's like he's getting bullied by some assholes, and then like she comes out and like brutally murders them and stuffs them to a school closet.
Dope.
And you're like, oof.
It's dark, and Yeah, you just start to see that like he can't really make friends or do anything because he's like living in fear partially. I feel,
Well, yeah.
you know,
Well, he's super depressed, and he's like, he keeps on like thinking he's gonna hurt people.
and he's kind of timid and he's a scaredy cat and doesn't have a lot of personality or anything like that. But over the course of the film, as he goes to Jujutsu High, you start to really see him come alive in a sense.
Yeah, definitely.
And gain control of his curse. And like the whole point of his goal, pretty much, like anytime you go to Jujutsu High, like it's such a rigorous and taxing job,
Yeah,
seeing dead people, seeing people get killed, hunting spirits and curses and all that stuff. You really have to have a strong conviction, that's very clear in the story. So the whole point of it is like, what does Yuta want to do?
yeah,
And he doesn't want to hurt anybody else. That's one of his motives because he's hurt people in the past. And also, he starts to come to the conclusion that like Rika didn't curse him, he cursed her.
yeah,
And that his own energy and his own emotions and his loss made her become what she was and attached to him. So the feeling of guilt for the first person that he loved, in general, his goal becomes to free her, from her shackles, essentially.
Yeah.
Which is sweet.
Meanwhile, Ghetto is in the corner, like, man, fucking non-jujutsu users, man.
Yeah, right. So, all right. So most people will know who Ghetto is just because he's in the main series, but this is before, overall. So like, it's kind of like it's because I don't want to spoil a Ghost. I don't care about the audience, but I don't want to spoil Ghost. It's hard to explain. But Ghetto was a Jujutsu High attendee, similar to Gojo in the sense that he was very, very powerful and came from a high standard family.
Yeah.
But obviously, no one is in Gojo's level. Essentially, maybe full power Sukuna, but even that is up to further debate. So, in that vein, he was a nice person who wanted to protect people that the movie conveys. But at some point, something broke where he realized, or he kind of took the Magneto approach to things, where like only the people, the jujutsu sorcerers, are actually of value, and that anybody else is just like
a monkey
that is below them. And why should we cater to the weak type thing? Yeah. So he kind of departs from Jujutsu High and makes his own faction that is specifically in support of Jujutsu sorcerers only. Like, he won't kill even an enemy. He won't kill a Jujutsu sorcerer unless it's necessary for, like, absolutely necessary for his goals. He'll beat the shit out of them, but he won't go out of his way to kill them,
right? Because
he respects them. But a human, just a regular human, he'll murder without any second thought, right? And doesn't even want to be touched by them. So you see him as the main antagonist of this film, trying to steal Rika because she ends up being actually a very powerful curse spirit, and he has the ability to absorb them, and take them. So his whole goal is basically, because he believes that if he had Rika, that there'd be nothing stopping him. Yeah,
because Rika is powerful to the point like she could level a city if let loose.
So obviously, for people who don't know, there's grades to the curses in terms of tier list of how powerful they are. There's like first grade, second grade, and then special grade?
Well, like, was it fourth grade is the lowest, or
I thought it was fourth, third, second, first.
Right, you're right. I'm sorry, you're right. Yeah. So there's exactly.
So she is special grade.
So she is the peak of what curses could be. In some ways. So he was trying to capture her, and that was basically the main plot and the main, like, how do we stop this from happening in general. Right. I'm surprised they showed that last scene with Gojo and him, though.
Of them being friends? Of them being friends?
Not so much that, but, I mean, it obviously Gojo kills Geto.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Gojo killed Geto. He's dead. So then, but then you see Geto in season 1. So how does that come to pass? You know what I mean? I think that's like the main mystery when it comes to Geto, especially after seeing this movie.
Yeah.
Tell us in the audience what you think.
Yeah.
All right, Ghost, what did you think of the film?
I like the film a lot. about what is you? Is his name Yuka?
Yuta.
Yuta. Yeah. See, I'm so bad with these names. But I liked him a lot because. How do you explain it? Because you said he was super shy and super timid and not wanting to combat people. But from the get-go, on his card, from the moment he got there, he was already a special grade, which is insane. Like that's
Him
super
entering
rare.
the room was really good. I'm just like, everyone's like, who the hell
Yeah,
is
they could
this?
feel the like,
And then
the
just
energy.
like stomp. Everyone's like, what the fuck? And like just this aura of death. And it's like,
Oh yeah, and it was really cool to introduce that dynamic because in season 1, we kind of have that journey where it's like, okay, he's getting stronger, and the movie just starts off right off the bat with like a super strong character in the beginning of the film.
Well, it shows like a perpendicular narrative to Yuji. You know, it kind of cuts the parallel because obviously they both begin in the same place where they have an execution planned and Gojo stops it and takes them, right? But one of them starts at the bottom, aka Yuji, and then Yuta starts as a special grade at the top, but they both can't control their powers. But it's interesting to see what pathways they each take due to that sentiment.
Because Ryuji was a very foregoing, optimistic person, and Yuta is like super mellow and.
Reminds you more of like Fushiguro than
Yeah.
than Yuji.
Well, not even Fushiguro. Like, I would say,
Oh, Junpei?
Jinbei. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that more. Yeah, a lot more. He's like the if Junpei survived type of
Yeah.
thing.
What a horrible twist that is, huh?
Bro, that messed me up.
The intro is a lie. Nothing is real.
But that's what I like about Jujutsu Kaisen is like no one is safe. Not really.
Not really.
You know, they don't really care. Like, you know, in terms of like killing people off and like doing stuff like that.
They do it so fast, too.
So fast, abrupt, but that's what makes it real.
He didn't get a proper death, bro. He just, bro, it was
Melted into
that. Winked
nothingness.
and he died.
Turned into a horrible, grotesque thing.
Yeah, right?
I thought they were gonna do like.
Fuck you, Mahito. Fuck you.
That's why he's such a good villain, though.
He is a good villain. He is. I wonder his role in the future. And how that'll coincide with Ghettos.
He's definitely going to be stupid strong in season 2. Like stupid strong. He survived like
the ground and pound. That fucking Yuji and what's his face?
Didn't he get black flashed as well? Or was that
No.
No, that was later. And then he also survived the Sakuna raid.
He did.
He survived that, bro. Like this dude, and he's not even at like his final
peak.
No, they said that he's still kind of like a first grade type of
Because he's
threat,
like,
right?
well, no, he's strong because he has sentience, which is something curses didn't really have at the time, or at least not many of them had like human qualities and like have a physical form that people can see, and different things. Because most of the time you have to have, I don't know if you.
It's only a handful, really.
It's only a handful.
It's the elemental ones and
Yeah.
Sukuna.
Yeah. So there's not that many that can do that. So that's already giving him an edge because he can learn, which is something other curses cannot do. Not really. You're not to his intelligent level. He's also like a budding curse. Like he's very new, and it's like a baby basically. Like if we built AI today, it'd be like a baby that's learning, but they just learn at like an incredible pace. You know, and mature at an incredible pace is kind of the same premise. Like the more he fights, the more he learns, the more he grows. So it's like, what is his peak? It's kind of like not determined.
Like his first real fight, he just discovers like I could probably do a domain expansion if I.
Yeah, if I tried, it's like
Yeah.
you know, I've seen it being done.
Yeah.
So
So
That was when he was like near death too, which
Yeah.
was crazy. He was like a couple blows away from death.
that's like the shonen trope to like get a power up right at the brink. You know, you unlock your limits.
speaking of fights, can we talk about how good the fights are in the movie?
Oh my god,
'Cause
dude, the
damn.
dynamics, dude. When Maki did that split. I was like, number one, I was impressed on an animation level.
Yes,
Okay.
quite. That's a word for it. I appreciate the animation.
No, but it was mad fluid, and it was like so seamless.
Oh, yeah.
Like everything, like the choreography was so fire. Yeah, but they knew what they were doing.
This man be thirsty in the movie
Stop,
scene.
stop. People know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about. No, Maki is best girl though. Come on.
She's pretty good.